Okay, people. Oh my goodness. What a nightmare this build was, okay? Wired up everything wonderfully except for the bloody air unit in reverse polarity, so the voltage and the ground swapped, so I basically blew an air unit. So then I had to take apart my little punk, which is very sad. So my little punk, which is a 59-gram drone for indoor whooping, it is dead. So I put the O3 into this, and this is my only O3. So it's my last one. I don't know if I'm going to buy more O3s or I'm just going to order a pile of Runcam thumb V2s, because I think that's the route I'm going to go for now, because these O3s are bloody expensive. So like for 103 I could get 3 Runcam thumb pros V2 whatevers, and I think that'll be better. But let's talk about this. So I thought about this idea for a long time, and Rotor Riot did something kind of similar, but I don't think that they did it right. They were kind of lazy. They left the camera inside, like, they basically left the camera in here. So it doesn't, like, to me the whole point of doing kind of like a pusher is because pushers, I'd be able to get the O3 out without the props in view. And I'm still figuring it all out. I still have to, this is like the first iteration of it. I'm gonna have to change this mount a bit, redesign it. I don't really like it, and it's in the view a little bit. And just the bottoms of the props are still in view a touch. So I'm gonna see what it looks like after, you know, you gyroflow it and whatever. But this thing, all up weight, 203 grams with a 4S 650. I just know it's gonna be great. Because this thing, my favorite quad, this is 140 grams without the battery. So with the battery, what is it? With a 4S battery? Let's find out. With the 4S battery, 650, it comes to 226 grams. 220, so there's like 26 grams. 203 grams, so we're saving 20 grams on this. So that's, when you save that kind of weight, it's a nice thing. And this is with the beefy motors and everything. So I didn't go with the 3S build, I decided to go with the 6S build. But see, I'm thinking that this, if it doesn't fly like crap, this is the future that I'm heading towards. Flying something kind of like this. The way that it's designed, it's super tight. It's a nightmare to build. This is not an easy build. But I am thinking basically doing this so that we get no props in view and we get to do crazy, like, beautiful cinematic footage and still be able to rip. We got to be careful because we can't be banging on things underneath. But then the next step is to do a zero camera and start doing 3D. And I've been thinking about it because nobody wants to make me 3D props. So bloody Gemfan, HQ props. I want those 3D 3.5s. But what I can do instead, which might even make it more balanced, is I can flip 2 of the motors over so that there's 2 motors facing one way, 2 motors facing the other. So it'll be a really weird drone, but then we'll be able to do 3D, and I think that's probably as close as you could get to, because you can do it like this and then flip over 2 of the props. But I think that if I actually flip over 2 of the motors, it'll be more balanced, especially weight-wise. And it might even work better than just having 3D props, because it'll be, except when the props are spinning the wrong way on the other side, it won't be as good. But weight, it'll be balanced better, right? Anyways, let's go and Maiden this just with like stock tune. Then I'm going to put my tune on it after and see if I like it more on my tune or on the stock tune. My tune will probably be a lot better, but I just want to make sure it flies and see what's going down.
So here we are, the maiden flight of the O3 Discus. So when I first saw this footage, I was surprised by all the pink, because inside the goggles I didn't see it as much. But after you gyro-flow it, it gets better and almost all the pink is gone. Still, this is like my first mount and everything, so I still got a lot of work to do. But look at that, like, the spin. So when drones have the weight, all the time when you see them spin, that weight gets lugged around. but there's no stabilization or anything going on here yet. I'm gonna take the same flight and do a little cut with some music at gyro flow, and so that you can see what it looks like once you put it through that. I still have to do the 10-bit upgrade on the unit and the module, and the goggles. Hey, I have to upgrade them both, so I'll do that. But it's feeling really locked in, even on the stock tune. So this is just stock Beta Flight 4.5 on there. The other thing is I, for some reason, I can't see the voltage or anything. It's all like no OSD or nothing. So I figured I could fly for about 3 minutes and then bring it in. Avery, let Eric in. Let him in. So, yeah, it flew much better than any of my other digital quads flew in the past. And it felt really nice. You can feel a big difference with the basically 20 grams of saving, because my analog drone is 140 grams, the same kind of setup, but it has the Thumb Pro on it, whereas this, the all-up weight, is 203 grams, and then dry weight without a battery is 123 grams. Yeah, 123 grams, I think. Okay, and then what's going to happen next? So you're going to get to see this edited, cut a bit, graded a bit, gyroflowed a bit, and at the end of this video, I'm going to link you to a video that'll teach you how to do your own FPV edits if you've wanted to kind of start doing that. I've made a really easy tutorial for beginners that'll teach you how to kind of source copyright-free music, do a little bit of grading, cut to the beat, speed it up kind of to the beat too, and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that'll help some of you. This build was just the worst build I've ever had to do, but then also the experience was one of the best after, so excited for some of you to pick up my frame and try this configuration out for yourself if you're willing to take the time to do a pretty tedious build. And you see you soon.
Holy cow! It flies so good! Yo, that was sick, man. And that was just on stock beta 4.5. Yeah, no RPM filtering or nothing. The thing is that I can't see the voltage. I think that I just maybe have to do the settings inside Betaflight. But so I only flew it for like 3 minutes because I knew it could probably handle 3 minutes. But I don't even know how long it can fly. It might be able to fly a bit more. Probably 4 or 5 minutes of ripping. Oh, it felt so good though. Like it didn't feel heavy at all. It felt really sweet. Like it's not you know when you feel the weight? It's so good. I was very pleased. It exceeded my expectations. So now I'm excited. I'm gonna tune it. I'm gonna redesign this canopy so that we have no props in view. And we're gonna, what else are we gonna do? Yeah, we're just gonna keep tweaking it. So that was the maiden flight of it, just untuned and everything. Once we get it tuned and get the right camera mount on it, this is gonna be mint. Maybe I'll order some more some more bloody O3s. Oh, that was sick. Took so long, man. It took 2 days. I don't think I want to make these for anyone. You know, order a frame and make yourself one. You'd be so mad at me building it. Like, this is not an easy build at all. So what I did was I designed this so that you can stick it. The air unit gets screwed onto. I also designed these. So these are like, you put longer screws in, like stack screws. You screw them into the nub, and then these nubs are like a landing pad so that it doesn't mess up the props. But then I was separating the boards from the top plate with electric tape and stuff. But then I made this, so you put one on top and one underneath. So that way, as you're tightening it, the electronics will be going against this instead of the carbon frame, and then underneath, same thing. So you have another one underneath, and that way it's sandwiched in between these things, and it won't be touching the flight controller. And it's not in the same stack as the flight controller, because you could put it all in one stack, I think, now that I've figured it out. But I kind of like this, the top stack mount, because that means also if anything goes down or you break anything, you can just kind of take off the top stack. When you unscrew these 4 screws, this comes off with the stack, and then you'd be able to move it to another quad pretty easily too. But super, super happy. And yeah, you're going to want to get your hands on one of these. You don't see something that is this tight, right? Everyone's building them with double stacks. And yeah, it's a lot easier to do. But you waste so much space and you waste so much extra weight. With this, it's so tight, it's so light. So you throw a 850 on here, you probably get even more flight time, but it's like, I like the flight characteristics. It's got to feel good, and this feels great. I could take off all the bumpers, so there's a lot of weight savings still to be had. I could also do like a setup with 1404s and make it almost like a long range. I'm pretty sure 1404s, you could stick on here, take off all the bumpers, and have something that flies like 10 minutes. But I don't care about those long flights. I just want to rip. We're going to rip. This is the future of ripping. This is the future of ripping. Okay? Oh, I'm so happy when it works well. Like, you guys don't understand. If any, like a few of you saw, I spent 6 hours building this thing, and it should only take like 2, but now I know what to do, and moving forward, it's going to be better. I don't know if I'm going to build these for people, because they take like 2 hours to build. But I'd love for you to, order the frame. I'll have all the prints ready soon. Just send me a message. I'm going to have the website up soon, but I'm just really bad ADD. I'm crazy, and I get so caught up in stuff like this. So send me a message on Facebook, Toronto FPV, and if this is what you want to do, I can send you all the stuff to be able to do this. The kit will be, basically $40, and you get everything to do it. Okay. The AOS 3.5 is heavy as crap. They're all heavy, okay? It's not to say like they're bad. You can do it, but it's just it's not good compared to this. This is going to be way better. But this is also going to be a nightmare to build. It's going to be way harder to build. That's like the flip side. You get something that spares you almost, like people are building them to like 250 grams. This is 203 grams, right? So you're almost saving 50 grams, and you could save 50 grams if you take off the bumpers and stuff. and 50 grams of weight savings, and then not having to buy 6S batteries because you can do little 4S batteries. So you end up saving money because you don't need bigger motors. You don't need tougher like 6S electronics. You don't need the 6S batteries. And so in the end, it actually ends up saving you a lot of money. So these are going to be $40. Okay, wonderful. USD. Okay, smoochy smoochy. See you later.